Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the March 25th, 2012 trade and market update. Depending on the index you were looking at last week, we had another bullish week. Now, I know some of you are going to say another bullish week. What do you mean? A lot of the prices were down last week, and I would say yes, you're correct. However, the chart patterns still remain extremely bullish. Alls we did, although I thought we would probably end up a little bit higher by Friday, um, all we really had last week is a pullback to a major support level, which I believe is going to be seen as a buying opportunity for a lot of people waiting to go long. So, to me, even though we had a little bit of down price movement, I believe we are still in a very bullish pattern, and it really sets us up for more gains this week coming up. So here was a look at the Dow. Pulls right into the 20-day moving average and the primary trend line. It could drop down a little bit, but I'd be expecting a move up. As far as, let's take a look at the SPX. We have a similar situation. We pulled back. It actually has a little bit more to go before I expect a large bounce, but it certainly could take off from here. It just shows an excessive bullishness with the markets. The NDX, again, it continues upward. You can see the trend is slowing down a little bit here, but it's still very well intact. And when we look at the primary index we're trading here, the Russell, we pushed into the backside of this trend line, which should be expected, and then it backed off down into here a little bit, back down to the 20 moving average. All this, although shorter term, we did break above our primary resistance area. If you look at this trend line here, although we broke above that and came back down, which could technically be bearish, again, this is not an abnormal chart pattern, and with the bullishness of everything else out there, I'd still be going along here. So it looks like I'm still bullish on the markets. I still think we're going up. There is, it could be argued with the Russell that there are some signs that things are starting to break down, but with the other three indexes looking like they are, I wouldn't expect it to happen. All right, so on to our trades. Before we get into the April trades, I'd like to start with a May trade that I put on. I actually put this on Thursday, and it was it's for the bearish butterfly from May. It's an 850, 800, 750 position. I bought that for $11. I had the order in all day, and it finally hit. So I think that was a good price at the time for it. And we're going to add to the position if we break decisively up over 840, and we'll add again at 860, and we'll start our roll sequence at 870. So this trade here, paying $11 is a little more than I'd like to pay, which is going to shorten our range a little bit. But I'm fairly confident that even if we go up, we're going to have a top somewhere around 875. So the trade should handle that without too much of a problem. And if we go down, all is good. Okay, let's take a look at our April positions. Here is our April bearish butterfly. We are currently sitting at a profit of about $590. Our current profit target is $1,500. We are going to add to the position at 860 and roll at 870 unless we start hitting a delta theta ratio problem. I'm believing this T plus 0 line here is off a little bit. It really shouldn't be this steep, but we'll see what happens when the market opens. If by chance we start having a delta theta ratio problem, which is certainly possible in the low volatility environment, getting closer to expiration, then we'll be looking at, once this gets over 850, the possibility of taking this 830 up to the 820 up to 860. If that doesn't happen before 860, which I'm fairly sure it will, then we just simply add at 860, assuming we even get there. And we're also coming into, I believe, near 21 days to expiration. We're 25, so if we get towards the end of the week and we're still up over $500, we have our reduced profit target, which comes into effect, and we may end up taking that. I did have some questions on how the modified bearish butterfly was doing. If you remember last week's market update video on Sunday night, I talked about a modified bearish butterfly. So here is that position, and it was actually closed out on Friday, I believe. If we turn back to Wednesday, this didn't need any other adjustments. This is what this position looked like here. We did pop up to 840, but we didn't really break it decisively enough to have to roll this. And obviously we had a bit of a pullback this week, which brought us up over the profit target at let's see, what day was it? Right here, Friday, where we had a $15,000 profit target. We're up at 17,000, and I ended up closing this position on Friday, mainly because it's pretty much time to open the next one. We're at our profit target, and we are due for a break to the upside, which would not look good on this trade. So I went ahead and closed it out. It didn't quite bring 17,000. It was closer to 16 after closing everything, but an execution slippage, but nonetheless a very good profit target month, which if you make the modifications to this and you are correct, then obviously you do very well. And let's see, our last open position is the April M3 trade, so let's take a look at that. And as I said, this is not optimum environment for the M3 trade. It's a trade that likes volatility. It likes the market swinging back and forth. Earlier in the week, it was up, a few $100. We have a $1,000 profit target going on here. $1,000 maximum loss. I had orders in to put another 790, 800 vertical in, but the market just ran away from us, so it never got filled. This week here, we'll see what happens. If we get a nice run to the upside here, as I'm kind of expecting, then this 770, hopefully we get a high enough up run, I can get the 770 up to 810. If not, I'll get another vertical in here, maybe wait it out a little bit longer. See if we can get the price up a little bit higher and then roll it. But as of right now, the position's pretty much flat. We get an up move, it'll go underwater a little bit, but nothing to be too concerned about, and all is good on this position. As of right now, I did not open the May M3 position. I'm going to wait till this one's in a little bit better shape to do so. That's the great thing about this trade, is you don't have to get the thing on this early if you don't want to. You can start it fairly late if you'd like. And that's it for tonight. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll update you with any changes. Good night.